Hello, and welcome to the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. I am Matt. On the other side of your screen is no one at the moment, but it usually is my man, D Rose. He's not here right now. He will be here later on in the show, but it is a big day for him. I'll let him explain to you guys when he gets here if he wants to. No pressure. But yeah, he will be joining us later in the day. So right now, I'm just going to be rambling on for a few minutes, waiting on a few people to come on into the show, if a few people do come into the show. But yeah, for right now, I'm just going to be chilling out, but I will let you know what's going to be happening on the show today. So I guess before we really get into anything, let me pull up. We got today's banner. So on today's show, depending on if he's here quickly or not, I'm going to run through these past few fights this past weekend, few key points, but it's just me here, so I really don't have any topics to bounce off of him or anything like that. So I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on this past weekend's fights. Then I'll move into this week's news and upcoming fights. Once again, if he's not here yet, I'll just give you my thoughts and opinions on those, because usually I just ask him and I don't really say anything. So yeah, and then he should be here by the point that we get to the last topic on today's, which is UFC 286, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. The third one, the trilogy. Who you got? We're going to give you our picks, and we're going to preview those fights for this upcoming weekend and our 15 of those fights. So keep that in mind. We have a ton of fights. So I'm not sure if you guys were yeah, I'm not sure if you guys were in here. Also, it says my connection's bad, but also I forgot to plug in my cord. So if you guys would give me just 1 second, maybe I can back out of here and then come back in here with a better connection, because it does say I have low connection. So I'm sure my stream quality isn't too good. So y'all give me just 1 second and I'll be right back. Yeah. All right. Hopefully that fixes any connection issues, if there are any connection issues, because I didn't have my cord plugged in right now, and I'm usually hardwired into the internet, and I still get a little bit of like frame drop. So I don't understand how this works. If someone is good enough with technology, help your boy out over here. I don't understand why. I have literally the best internet I could get in my area, and I still have this. My camera will freeze every now and then, and I don't understand. So let's get to the chat. What's going on, Kyle? How you doing, man? I feel like old D Rose is slow this week because he don't want to turn it over, but we'll wait on him. We'll wait on him. What's going on, Daniel? How you doing, my guy? And then we got Two Cups Instrumental, my guy that rocks with me. You know what's up this week, my guy. You know what's up. So I'm not gonna wait too terribly long for him before we really get into it. So I'm just gonna give you my thoughts and opinions on this past weekend's card, and hopefully he will show up soon enough. So let me give you the results for this past weekend's card. In the main event this past weekend, Merab does defeat Piotr Jan via decision. He beat him up pretty much all 5 rounds, too. I would love to hear what you guys think about that in the comments, since he's not here. So if you guys want to pop your top fights up in the comments, and I will gladly give you my thoughts and opinions on those from this past weekend. In the co-main event, Alexander Volkov crushes Alexander Romanov. Round 1 did not go in my favor at all. Nikita Krylov does submit Ryan Spann in round 1 in the battle for who has the best IQ in the UFC, because man, these guys are just at the top of the charts. Saeed Nurmagomedov does drop the split decision to Jonathan Dragon Martinez, and those were in the top 3 for the pick champ for the week. So if you don't know, your boy over here is a new pick champ for the week, and old D Rose is taking his time getting here today because he don't want to turn over the strap. At least that's what I'm saying, but I'll let him explain it when he gets here. Mario Bautista does defeat Guido Canetti, round 1 submission. That was quick too, but I think everyone saw that coming. Vitor Petrino does defeat Anton Turcali via decision. And on the prelims, Carl Williams does defeat Lucas Dresky via decision. Davey Grant defeats Rafael Asuncao in the 3rd round with a reverse triangle. That's only happened a few times, so that was kind of wild. Victor Henry does get it done over mine and Dorian's guy, Tony Gravely. Me and Dorian were both right in Tony Gravely this past weekend. I know for sure he ruined a few bets for me, so that was upsetting. Ariane Lipsky does defeat JJ Aldrich via decision, and I got a lot of heat in the chat last week saying that if I picked Ariane Lipsky, I was going to lose the pick champ this week. I picked Ariane Lipsky. She wasn't even in the pick champ. She won, and I won the pick champ this week, so I can't be too mad. My girl came through. So I do have a few picks for this upcoming weekend on some pretty odd underdogs, females as well. So, we'll see what happens there. Bruno Silva. I wanted to point this out because if you guys Google this past weekend's card, they have Bruno Silva, but it's the other picture of the Bruno Silva. Actually, in the meantime, let me actually, I hit my mouse. Let me see if I can pull up what I'm talking about real quick. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I was laughing so hard. And let me zoom in a little bit so you guys will be able to see. But how crazy is this? Do you guys see this picture? It's got the one, I believe he fights at 185, Bruno Silva on the Google photo against Tyson Nam. Well, of course he lost to him. That guy fights at 185, but that was just kind of something that I noticed that I thought was pretty funny. Got same name, different Bruno Silva, but one fights at 125 and one fights at 185, and they got the 185 fighting the 125er on there. But and then in the curtain jerker of the night, Carlson Harris does defeat the Night Train and Jared Gooden. So those are all the results from this past weekend. And yeah, from what I said at the beginning, I'm gonna go through the comments now, see what you guys want to talk about, and then we will jump into it. So, starting off, we got Kyle says, Merab stunned me. I'm not sure if Merab is just that good if Piotr is washed already. Piotr didn't get to implement anything, man. My thing is I thought that's how I expected, that's not how I expected the fight to go, but I knew we would find out really quickly in that fight who was going to win that fight in the first round. And from that point on, Merab had no issues just implementing his entire game plan, which was be right in Piotr Jan's face, push him back. And as Daniel Vasquez says, didn't let the guy breathe at all. But that is what Merab does. He had a lot of people had questions about if he could do it for 5 rounds. Questions answered. Yeah, hell yeah, no issue at all. So yeah, Merab is definitely on a. It's kind of odd because of the situation because he doesn't want to fight Aljo, and if you guys want to talk about that, like we can too, but just kind of odd. So if he doesn't want to fight for the champion, who does he fight? The loser versus Sandhagen versus Cheeto? That's the only thing that I can think that would even make sense. So yeah, great fight for Merab, a problem for sure, but I guess we don't know what he actually wants to do. So We'll see. We'll see. So Kyle also said, I thought Saeed won, but can't hate on the close decision. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought Saeed won. I talked to Dorian right after the fight because he had a few bets on Saeed, and he said that he had Saeed up the first 2 rounds, but he for sure thought Dragon won round 3, or Jonathan Martinez. I'm sorry. But my thing was, I was like, man, the first 2 were super close. I don't know who even won the first 2. That's the thing. So Dragon had a clear 3, and then the first 2 were up in the air. That being said, it's like that shit truly could have gone either way. So I'm not mad. And I did pick him for part of the pick champ this week. So he did get that pick champ for me. So that being said, let me move on down to the co-main event. One of our other 3 ones that we did pick on. Dorian did pick Volkov. And I don't remember last week if he called it like early knockout or something wild like that, but I didn't think that was going to happen. But I did upload a few pictures because this is why I picked Alexander Romanov. So the last time that we saw Romanov fight when he fought Marcin Tybura, this is what he looked like. Sorry, Kyle. Let me get your comment off the screen real quick. Well, man, this is what Alexander King Kong Romanov fought, and he looked like in Salt Lake City, August 20th last year. The Leon Edwards versus Usman 2, the one where Leon head kicked Usman. This is what Alexander Romanov looked like. All right, y'all, keep that in mind. Now, look what he looked like this past weekend. What the hell? What happened, bro? If I knew you were going to come in here looking like this, I wouldn't have picked you. Jesus, man. As soon as the weigh-ins happened, was it Friday afternoon, I immediately messaged Dorian and I was like, bro, why is he so fat? He looked fantastic in his last fight. He borderline had a 6-pack at heavyweight. And I was like, hell yeah. Maybe it'll improve his cardio. But no, the dude gained like 60 damn pounds in the meantime. Looks like he didn't step into the gym one time. Went out there, gassed on the first takedown. And when you have a damn near 7-foot tall, 260-pound man on your back, I don't care who you are. That's tough when you're getting blasted in the face to get up. I'm just wondering, like, this guy was one of my favorite fighters at heavyweight. I have him on my mat that I opened cards up on. It just kind of blows my mind. It's like, man, if you have that work ethic and you're in the UFC, man, it's like that just kind of hurts my feelings. I may have to get a new mat removing Alexander King Kong Romanov because I don't know what happened this past weekend. It's kind of baloney. Man, that one just really confuses me. So let's just see what else. Man, it looks like I have I have definitely missed a few comments since I've been on the ramble about the King Kong. All right, so that's where we were at. Yeah, I read that one. Aljo versus Merab needs to put their friendship aside. It would be a great fight, but I just really think that that they're really against it. But I think Aljo's trying to move up to 145 if he can even beat Henry, because that's a tough fight. Styles makes fights because I thought Aldo beat him. Just saying how much Aldo had in him. What's going on, Jay Wolf? How you doing this week, my guy? Yeah. And Jan just smashed Aldo. Indeed, he did. Merab versus Umar, that would be a good fight for sure. All right. That perfectly, it makes sense. Because Merab doesn't want to fight for the championship. Okay, well, fight this young killer that no one else wants to fight in the top 5, because clearly you're up there now and you don't want to fight for the championship. Let's not waste a chance at a contender that does want to fight for the championship. Let's treat you as hey, if you beat this guy, you can fight for the champion. You can be the little champion, the champion younger brother. whatever you want to call it, because that's the position that he's accepted at this point. He don't want to fight for the championship. Well, you have accepted the role of gatekeeper for your friend. I don't know, like, it just seems kind of weird. You can't have a friend in your division that's that close. It's like you can have a friend, or you guys have to be willing to put aside your friendship and fight. Like, I forgot what the comment said earlier. So I am with you. I am with you on that. I will never bet against Drago again, man. I think the past two, I think I went Biggie Boy, Jairzinho Rosenstruck, and he just got smashed. Mouthpiece went flying in round one. That was a bad bet. And then this past weekend, dude, I knew Friday. I knew Friday. I was like, this isn't good. This isn't good. I feel bad for Romanov. I think he might have some mental stuff going on, but he's not the same guy at all. Maybe he was just like, hey, let me just not train at all and just let me see if I can fight Alexander Volkov. It makes no sense. Dude, I'm glad you guys agree with me. Exactly. There is no way. There's no way. You don't gain that much weight and look that bad. If you even stepped, did he even train once? Twice? It truly blows my mind. What I think that happened, and I'm going to be completely honest, the champion junior, and I'm going to be completely honest. What I think happened is he looked at the Tom Aspinall fight, and he was like, whoa, that guy's that easy to take down? I bet I can go out there and take him down and key lock him like he's done to other people before. But we know now, Alexander Romanov is not Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is that guy. And King Kong Romanov is not that guy. I was a fan of him. I was hoping that he could turn his shit around after the Marcin Tybura fight. I was like the conductor, the choo-choo train conductor of the King Kong Romanov train. The first time I saw him tossing Juan Espedo around in the debut that he had. Yeah, it was kind of an odd ending, but nut shots happen. It is what it is. I was like, I'm interested to see what this guy can do. But man, after the Tybura fight, I was like, man, we might be in trouble. And after this one, bro, I just don't know. It is tough. It is tough. So the real question, Merab or Umar versus Sugar Show. Hey, that is I would prefer a Merab against Sugar Show for the simple fact of we saw what happens when Merab can get hit with like some magic Marlon Moraes power. And I've said this since day one. People have been against me. Maybe I'll just say like I'm a Sean O'Malley dick rider over here, but the dude has had power. You don't see many people at 135 like knocking people out like Sean O'Malley has. So that being said, the only other person kind of close that has those highlight knockouts was Marlon Moraes. And that was round one, Marlon Moraes. And that guy's always dangerous. And y'all saw like what happened. It could happen. I think Sean O'Malley could put Merab out, but that's just me. We haven't really seen Umar struggle at all. So that's a tough one. I think eventually that's going to be a fight that we do see, but I guess we'll see what happens when we get there. 2 cups Umar would destroy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't do that to my guy over here. I would have to sit down, analyze, like point out weaknesses. I got to be honest. I haven't analyzed Umar too much because we haven't really seen him against anyone in the top. So is he just going to get that Islam treatment where he's just going to fight 10 and then all of a sudden fight like 1 or 2 and then all of a sudden champion? It just kind of just doesn't make a whole lot of sense how quickly he got jumped up there without having to fight a whole bunch of the people. But at the same time, if everyone's turning down the fights, they got to be turning them down for a reason. So, all right, cool. I'm glad you agree with me. All right. I miss Prime Magic Marlon, bro. Henry ruined him. That's just what it was, dude. Henry has a knack of just doing that to people, which is why I really don't see him. I really don't see Aljo beating him. It's just Henry's tough, but I'm not convinced that fight's going to happen, to be honest, because I feel like they're both chirping back and forth at each other that this person's not going to sign or he's not going to sign. They both signed, but now they're like, well, he's not going to show up or he's not going to show up. So I'm interested to see what happens if that fight does happen. As I spill Coke Zero on me, sick. Great. Man, I wonder if D Rose is anywhere close to back right now, because I don't want to move on too much, because I would like to get his opinion on a few things. But all right, can we talk about? Oh, y'all know what I think would be a no, never mind. Can I get y'all's thoughts on the battle of the best IQ in the UFC this past weekend? Because that's what I announced it as when it was the main event a few weeks ago. The battle of the best IQ in the UFC. We have Ryan Spann that does Ryan Spann things. He goes into positions that he shouldn't go into. It's like, hey, man, you were clearly a better striker on the feet. You know, you were hurting Krylov a little bit. You took him down. You got reversed. And instead of like getting up, like, okay, maybe I'm not as good down there as I thought I was, you know, you had your best guillotine locked in on him and he got out of it and he was on top. When you reversed and you got back up, why did you go back into his guard? Well, what are you doing? You found out who was better down there like that. The fight IQ of like Ryan Spann just it kind of blows my mind. But to be fair, Nikita Krylov's isn't that good either, because the one move that he needed to not find himself in, he found himself in like the first like 30 seconds of the fight. Ryan Spann's guillotine. So these two fighters have made me come to one critical decision in me betting. From now on, I will no longer bet on fighters that I consider to be bad in this way. Like, I'm not going to be betting on, let me think which fighter is worse. I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I will not be on betting on two bad fighters trying to figure out which one is worse. That is a victim that I have been following for far too long now, and I identified it this past weekend. I have two new rules. I will not be betting on fighters that I truly don't know shit about. If I can't get a good read on it, I usually like listen to a whole bunch of different podcasts. I listen to Uncle Wheezy. I listen to Clint. I listen to Santino DeFranco. My hours are consumed with a earbud in my ear, listening to everyone that I can find, because I spend hours at a desk just sitting there typing away. At least I can listen to something. So I'm listening to everyone, and I'll usually take the people's word that for a fight if I don't know. But a lot of times I will know the fight, so I'll only bet if like they're saying with what I agree with. And occasionally, like the Grasso win, I will hit as something nice that I didn't hear anyone say that I felt it in my heart, like the Grasso sub. It's just I can't rely on just not random people, but people that are just doing their homework to. I can't rely on them to see through my eyes. So from now on, I will not be betting on fighters that I just don't know or I can't get a good read on. And I'm not going to be playing the game of who is worse anymore. That's the last thing. I'm done playing that game. If I can't get a good read, or if I'm bad, or if they're bad, I'm just not betting it. Maybe I'll have it in like a $1 13 leg parlay, but I will no longer continue to like lock my bets on Cedric Dumas. Like I can't do it, because that was another one. Like, I didn't hear many people all week saying Josh for him, and I didn't really know a whole lot about this guy. I saw him on the Contender Series, but at the weigh-ins, I was like, damn, Josh for him is huge. Like, this is kind of scary. But hey, everyone is still on Dumas, so I threw him in my parlays, and by damn if he didn't shit on him. So it's like I I can't be relying on other people. Hopefully you guys are getting as many good reads as y'all can, that y'all are listening to everyone. But at the end of the day, you're betting with your heart, with your gut, and with your mind, and what you're seeing on the screen. You can't be relying on everyone, because I promise that will get you burned. All right, let's see here. I know y'all love Sugar personally, but I think he's going to be gatekeeper status in the long run. I hope you're wrong too, brother. I really do. I really do. They both made questionable decisions, but why is Span following him? Dude, my point exactly. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know about that one. I have to agree with you. He loses to Umar, but okay, you're applying to to 2 cups. That makes sense. Only a lower IQ in the division might be Paul Craig. And bro, no, I like, what Paul Craig is going to do. Like, he has no other game plan. But man, Ryan Spann and Nikita Krylov kill me, bro. They kill me. It's like I can't get them. I can't get them right. I bet against Ryan Spann with Nikita Krylov. I mean with Dominic Reyes, and I paid for it. I was like, oh, Dom Reyes is for sure going to knock him out. And Ryan Spann comes out there and smokes Dominic Reyes. It's just like, all right, well, maybe I just had a wrong read on Ryan Spann. If he smokes Dominic Reyes, he's going to beat Nikita Krylov. Nope, the exact opposite happens because he's a dumbass. So I can't win. I cannot call Ryan Spann fights correctly. I try to back him and he loses. I bet against him and he wins. So I'm done. I'm done. Just gonna be on, dude. If he gets a taste of the championship, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. I can live with that a little better. All right. So I did just now get a message from D Rose saying that he was on his way home, and that was about 6 minutes ago, something like that. So I think he was out to dinner. It's a big day for him, so I don't want to spoil it. So hopefully he's in here within the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. Did y'all want to talk about any other fights on the card from this past weekend before I give y'all some fight announcements and fight news? I'll give y'all just a second to let me know. Yeah, chill, ain't no rush on Dory, nah. But at the same time, it's cool having him here because we can bounce topics off each other. I can breathe, he can breathe. But right now, it's like I'm just going nonstop, and I feel like I don't want to say the same thing or like just ramble on too long about anything. I know y'all say like, "Hey, we don't mind if you ramble, brother," but I don't know. I just feel like a dumbass if I just keep repeating the same shit or just going on talking in circles. I mean, I'm not gonna be Chael Sonnen over here. When you title like a video one thing, you're just like, is John Jones going to make heavyweight? And then that's the only thing that you say about John Jones in the entire video, because the entire video is just about something random and you just loop back around. So let me know what you guys think. It had nothing to do with the title or the video. He just said it in the sentence and went on a ramble elsewhere. So I'm not going to do that to you. So, okay, we do have a few things in here that we want to talk about. The Davy Grant situation. Yo, what is Keith Peterson doing? First of all, point deduction necessary? No. Rafael Asuncao should have just kept the position, and the fight should have just went on right there. And honestly, Rafael Asuncao probably wins that fight. But no, Keith Peterson deducts a point, stands them up to the place that Rafael Asuncao does not want them, gets wobbled, somehow falls down into some sort of reverse triangle, and gets submitted for one of like 2 or 3 reverse triangles in UFC history. I know my guy Clint was like, In his last week's, I think, what did he say it on? One of his shows last week, he was like, "In no world does Davy Grant submit Rafael Sunsao." And funny enough, if Davy Grant does not submit Rafael Sunsao, so I feel for you, Clint, if at any point you happen to see this, but that is wild. Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you. Not giving position the back for a Sunsao. Oh yeah, yeah. As I said, I think I got what you were asking. You still want that Jalen Turner rookie card. Let me make sure it's the same one. Is it the purple autograph from the Blaster, I believe? So the Blaster exclusive purple autograph. If so, we can talk, brother. I think that's the one that I'm trying to look for. The craziest part is the Sunsao had the position. Yes, exactly. So why'd you stand him up? Like, it already worked itself out. He was on the ground, he was on top. But when a Sunsao asked, like, "Hey, why'd you stand us up?" I heard Keith Peterson say, he had top position. So I don't know what Keith Peterson was seeing. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. All right, cool. It's that one, brother. If you have any way of emailing me or just any social media at all, just hit me up on there, brother, and I'm sure we can figure something out. Yeah, so just a wild situation. I gotta know what was with all the hate on the Lipsky pick last week, because no one said anything about it on today's show. I was confident last week that if she wasn't the queen of violently getting knocked out, that she was going to win that fight. And JJ Aldrich didn't have the power to do so. So I thought she was going to win. And I got a lot of hate in the chat last week. So what's up this week, y'all? Let's see. Cruz was right. Peterson is a drunk, bro. It's like, what was he looking at? Like, a Sunsao was on top. He was on his back. I don't understand. I don't understand. All right, cool, brother. You know my Instagram. It's in the description below. Feel free to hit me up on there, and I can get back to you, man. Man, having a talk like this gets me winded for sure. I'm not gonna lie. So that being said, I know Dorian is should be getting here soon. So I'm just gonna kind of start on just a few of the fight newses that I personally found from this past weekend. One of which that I don't know if it's even in the places that I regularly go, because I saw it on her account. We got Miranda, Fear the Maverick. She is going to be taking on Jasmine, Jazz Devicious, or Jasuda Vicious, whichever one you want to call it. I've heard it both ways now. UFC 289. And the only reason why I know that is she posted it on her Instagram. I commented, your boy was like, easy dub, go Maverick, and she did like it. So that was pretty cool. It's just cool when you can comment on like one of your fighters' photos, one of your favorite fighters' photos, and they like it back. I'm sure in like the NFL or the NBA, you don't see that. You kind of have a smaller community with the MMA fans and the fighters. So I like that. I don't understand why people are assholes for. Like, imagine if you had people calling you at your job every day, or messaging you on Instagram every day while you're at work, telling you how shitty you are at your job. So just keep that in mind. Don't be an asshole to the fighters themselves. You want to talk amongst your friends or hop online. They don't have to watch it, or if they do, they can click off of it. But don't be DMing fighters telling them how shitty they are. That's kind of messed up. Like, I hope y'all aren't out there doing that. But hey, some of y'all are wild, and I wouldn't put it past some of y'all at all. So I'm not sure if last week we said that already. That's this weekend. Yeah, so it has officially been announced that May 6th, Henry Cejudo will fight Aljamain Sterling, because last week on the show, it was kind of up in the air where I did actually ask Dorian because it was Aljo tweeted at Sean O'Malley to stay ready because he didn't think Henry was going to sign the contract. But it looks like Henry did sign the contract. So we do have Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo on May 6th. That's going to be UFC 288. So not the next one, but the one after. So gotta be honest. Tamiris Vidal is going to be taking on Haley Cowan. I do know Tamiris Vidal is the chick that crushed Ramona Pascal recently in her last fight. So I'm going to be interested to see what she do because you don't really see chicks with straight knockout power like that. Strickland's burn definitely DN some fires on some shit, brother, without a doubt. Like whenever he comes in here, he's usually on some shit. So even if I want to talk smack, I would never literally train killers, bro. Imagine just going imagine talking shit to a fighter and like you may not know that that they've screenshotted your profile photo to know exactly what you look like. So if they're ever just setting at a fight or some shit like that, they'll be like, "Hey, aren't you this guy?" And they show you a picture of yourself. Imagine how bro, your heart would sink into your gut. You'd be like, "Oh shit, what have I done?" So I don't know. I don't know. It is a risky subject. I don't get, you know, if you're someone that just comes on here bullshitting with your friends. Me personally, I'm a fan of the sport altogether. Like I can like laugh at moments like for example, the Johnny Walker knockout. That knockout when he got hit like by Jamal Hill was one of the craziest but funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It was literally like a cartoon. It's like what the hell? But at no point am I going to message him and tell him how bad I think he is. You know, everyone has their opinions. I'm just a MMA fan. I truly don't know shit. So I can't really speak on anything just aside from just what I see and give my opinion. But hey, who am I? No one. So I truly know that. So if any of you have ever been told by a fighter, don't listen to those guys because they don't know what they're talking about. I have to agree with you because none of us know what we're talking about. Even the fighters themselves will be dead wrong. This sport is amazing because no one will ever know what's going to happen unless we're Bo Nickel against Jamie Pickett, and then we all know what's going to happen in that one. So the next one that I have is going to be Kai Kara France taking on Amir Albazi, and that is going to be June 3rd. So it looks like that's the only couple fight updates I have for this past weekend, and it looks like my computer. Damn, I don't have my charger here, y'all. I'm going to put y'all on hold for another just 1 second. So I'm going to bring the banner up on the screen for just a second, and I'm going to go grab my charger. I will be right back. All right, all right. Got myself plugged up here. We should be good to go now. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Damn, better late than never, brother. Hey, but you know what, Tank Niner? It's all right because D Rose, the other half of the podcast, is not even here. So, It is what it is. We haven't really discussed any fights for this upcoming weekend or anything like that. So you really haven't missed anything besides me rambling about some fights from this past weekend. So you didn't miss anything, brother. So keep your head up. We still in the game. All right. I do want to wait for him to get in here before we talk about this upcoming weekend though. So he did let me know. Yeah, it's been I don't know, a few minutes now. So hopefully he's in here soon because I don't want to talk about anything that uh, yeah, I got you. All right. Let's see here. I don't think I said this one. We got Beefy Latifi returning against Rodrigo Nascimento. I don't know if any of y'all care about that, but it's going to be a heavyweight slop fest because I believe no, that's not the same guy, or is that the same guy? I don't know. That guy confuses me with another bald Brazilian guy. I think that guy confuses me with the guy that Romanov forearm choked. I don't think that's the same guy. Let me get our screen ready for this upcoming weekend. Get Tapology pulled up here. Y'all, what is it this week too? Like, how do they do this to us? Like they didn't even try to spread the pay-per-views out, did they? Like they just put them shits back to back. You got 1 week in between of a regular fight nights. Like, man, like that's crazy. That's crazy. Like I would, like it's $80, so it's kind of a lot of money. But shit, it's back to back like this, kind of tough. That's $160 if you ain't trying to stream it. Do you think Raul Rosas Jr. will ever be champ? Brother, it's so hard to tell. The kid's 18 years old. On the Contender Series, me personally, I thought he kind of struggled against the guy just a little bit. He went all the way to decision, and I guess everyone thought he was just going to finish guys. But in his first two UFC fights now, he's just straight like fucking finished guys. So I don't know. It's tough, possibly, but I don't want to see it anytime soon. If he tries to make this jump up like he's saying, I just feel like it's going to be just going to be a bad look for him. So Raul Rosas is a good guy, young age, very possible he puts in the time. Yeah, like as I said, I think it's just a little young. He's just a little young to tell right now. If he tries to make the jump right now, that's going to be a mistake. Do you polish cards before sending them in to be graded? I do have it's like a little like a glasses cloth. I try to get my like fingerprints off of it, like or anything like that. But usually, if it's got like the panini boogers on it, I usually don't even try to send it in just because I already know it's like even if I am able to get it like to get it off, it's going to have a smudge on it still. Probably not going to get a 10, maybe even a 9. I think Rosas' next fight will give us a better idea. It all depends on who he fights for sure. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see how he reacts getting hit, and that's something that we truly haven't seen yet because so far he's went to like jumping takedown and then just everything like straight to the ground. Eventually, he's going to meet someone with good wrestling defense or good wrestling themselves that can take him down. And how is he off of his back? How is he when he gets punched? We'll find out. We'll find out. Who's most overrated fighter, you think? Let's see. Overrated is tough. Overrated is tough. Let me think for just a second. Because I feel like everyone's immediate thought is Patty, right? Everyone's like, Patty's so overrated. And he could be. He could be. It's tough for me. I don't know. I think everyone has holes to their game. And with the right matchups, everyone could be exposed. Like, for example, Izzy is great. He's a fantastic fighter. Could you imagine, like, if he just fought Bo Nickel, like if he was able to just put his hands on him? Bo Nickel has 3 fights. Now, I'm not saying Izzy can't knock Bo Nickel out, but what are the odds of Izzy stopping his takedowns right away? Like, it's tough. Or I'm saying Izzy or Alex. Insert Alex. What are the odds of Bo Nickel taking down Alex Pereira right away and doing Bo Nickel things? Highly likely. But could Bo Nickel get clipped by an Alex Pereira left right away? It's an interesting fight, and both of them have very, very little fights in the sport. So it's crazy to say anyone is overrated. I think some people are just better at certain things than other people, and truly some people are just not the best all around and probably shouldn't be in the UFC. And I will call those people out without a doubt. I continue to do it. So that being said, move on to the next question. I agree. 1 month pay-per-view is enough. Dave and Buster's in there. I'm lucky to have one there. Yeah, but bro, I am not I'm just not that people person, my guy. If I'm around too many people and just not having a good time, I'm just not having a good time. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't find myself out going to like events and everything like that. It's just, bro, once I'm around too many people, I'm just like, all right, I'm just ready to get out of here. It's just not my thing. He says, Ian Gary, hey, maybe, 2 cups, definitely, Patty. I have said Sturgon is the most overrated fighter before his first loss, but he's good. He's good. I don't think it's all tough. It's all general hype without ground. I think in general, all hyped fighters without ground are overrated. Yeah, I mean, and it's hard because you don't find out until you find out. Like, for example, everyone hates on Jordan Levitt because he shakes his ass, and everyone's like, he's bad. But in reality, Jordan Levitt's a pretty good fighter. He doesn't have the best striking in the world, but the dude has solid ass grappling and good wrestling. And if you have those and can take a shot, you can probably last in the UFC a little bit as your striking improves. And he showed in his last fight. I cashed on the Monkey King in his last fight against whoever he was fighting, because I didn't even know who the guy he was like fighting was, and I believe he was a slight favorite or maybe even an underdog. So I just think people are always going to have their opinions, but that's why I love this sport, because none of us will ever actually truly know what's going to happen until it plays out. Cyril Gahn needs more experience. What I am curious is what's going to happen when like Cyril Gahn fights Tom Aspinall, or even this past weekend a Carl Williams. What happens when Cyril Gahn fights Carl Williams? Is he just going to get taken down on a repeat? It's going to be kind of wild. Oh, he can grapple and take a shot. I'm not sure who we're talking about. Probably Cyril Gahn. Not sure. All right. Oh yeah, Jordan Levitt. My bad, brother. My bad. Yeah. Were you what? I'm a little slow right now, brother. I got you. I got you now. I got you. He let's just say he knows his way around the male body to to get men to submit to what he needs them to submit to, I guess, as 2 cups wanted to point out there. He's just good at what he does. Just gotta leave it like that. He is a fantastic mixed martial artist. If that is what he is going for, he's doing a good job. And I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all can figure that out in the comments. Let's see. Derek don't have ground game, but look what happened to Blades. Exactly. And that's this sport, because like everyone can have like an opinion, like, but at the end of the day, one shot in 4-ounce gloves changes it all. Changes it all. I have no idea who that is. And I feel like, yeah. I don't want to read it and it be some Michael Wild sounding shit. So that's not going to be me, brother. Catch me next time on that one. But I have no clue who those guys are, even if they are guys. So not today, brother. Let's see. How long you think until John fucks up again and ruins everything he's got going for him? See, here's the thing. I think he's got one fight left. I think he fights Stipe and then he's done. If he fights two, it's got to be Francis. That's the only other fight I want to see him against. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think Dana's made that very clear now. So I think he's going to fight Stipe and then he chunks the deuces. I don't think it happens. That being said, if he does fight one more, I would love to see Francis. I really don't think people care about Sergey Pavlovich versus John Jones. A lot of people say they care about Curtis Blades versus John Jones, but in reality, is that really a pay-per-view seller, Curtis Blades versus John Jones? I just don't think so. That being said, I got Stipe versus John Jones stepping out after this upcoming year, June, July, whenever it is, and we see John Jones retire, and then he can do whatever he wants. He can go do all the cocaine in the world, and it doesn't matter. No MMA math. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, commenting, even though that I didn't want to say what you had to comment. So let's see. Hopefully, all D Rose is on his way in here. Let's see. Yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna pull it up. Man, we're gonna run down, y'all. I can't wait, but so long. So that being said, let's jump into this weekend's fight card. We got UFC 286, Edwards versus Usman, number 3. The location, the O2 Arena in London, England. We got 15 fights this weekend, y'all. And it is going to be headlined by none other than Leon Rocky Edwards taking on Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman. We got Justin, the Highlight Gaethje, taking on Rafael Ataman Fiziev or Fiziev, whichever one it is. We got Gudar Gunny Nelson taking on Brian Bam Bam Barberino. We got Jennifer Maya taking on King Casey O'Neill. Marvin, the Italian Dream Vittori, taking on Roman, the Caucasian Dolidze. Jack Tank Shore taking on Makwan, Mr. Finland Americani. We got Chris Duncan taking on Omar, Venezuelan fighter Morales. One of the oddest nicknames in the UFC fight names. Like, thanks for letting us know where you're from, brother. We got Sam Patterson taking on Yanal Ashmov. We got Muhammad Makayev or Muhammad Punisher Makayev taking on Jafael Fiallo. I don't know if that's how you say it. That's the first time I've said that guy's name. We got Lerone Miracle Murphy taking on Gabriel Santos. We got Christian Leroy Duncan taking on Dusko Todorovic. We got Jake Hadley taking on Malcolm X. Or how crazy is this matchup? What is UFC trying to do this weekend? We got Jake White Kong Hadley taking on Malcolm X Gordon. Just an odd matchup for UFC to make with their fighting names. I don't know if that was on purpose or just kind of what happened. We got Joanne Wood taking on Luana Carolina, Jai Herbert taking on Ludovic Klein, and Veronica Hardy Macedo taking on Juliana Miller, or Veronica Macedo Hardy, whichever one it is, Dan Hardy's wife. And that is where we're going to start this upcoming weekend. Let me make sure that, it looks like D Rose did just message me and let me know that he is joining out. So that's where we're going to start when we do start, once he gets in here. But I am going to, once he gets in here, I am going to let him talk for just a second as I go get something else to drink, because your boy over here is thirsty over here. So looks like y'all have been going in the chat right now. So let's see curious what your thoughts are on Power Slap, brother. I think that is probably the dumbest thing. Like, as a huge MMA fan, it blows my mind, brother, to see people with their on a commercial with their arms behind their back and just letting themselves get slapped in the face. It's like, in fighting, you have one job: touch and not get touched. And this just throws that out the window. What is the goal here? Who has the best chin, I guess? And then as you get knocked out, it diminishes. This can't go more than one season, right? There can't be a season 2 of this. It does. How are the ratings for this? Like, I I caught my girlfriend watching the first episode, and I said, "This, I will not watch this. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, why is this a thing?" And she hasn't watched it since that first episode, since I pointed like everything, like how dumb that show was. Like, she hasn't watched it since. And I really can't see why anyone would want to watch that show, brother. It's just kind of odd. I was wondering the same thing. Oh yeah. The Killer Miller. She has an aggressive fight name, right? Why is it so aggressive? I just never seen a sport that had no fin. Yeah, exactly. Like, whoever wins the coin flip, you pretty much, if you can slap the other person hard enough, you won. You don't even have to get hit back. It's literally like, you might as well just go into Vegas and put and write on a slip of paper and write brain damage on it and hand it to whatever table game you're playing. So when they do eventually take your money, a bouncer just comes out and just punches you right in the head, because that's the exact same thing. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We got BFT Boxing Salute. What's going on, brother? I appreciate you stopping by here today. Who wins? Jones? Okay. I have no clue what that says. It looks like you're just trying to get me to say something funny, but just not going to do it. Is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Shout out to the people who bet. Dude, you can bet on Power Slap, bro? No way. I feel like if there was one thing to fake, it would be Power Slap. It's like, you're already not having no defense. You could easily be like, "Hey, bro, take this dive. I'll cut you half my money." And it just is what it is. Just as soon as you feel a slap, just fall. And I feel there's no way people are out here betting on Power Slap, bro. Yes, I watch UFC since 1998 and never had a desire to give a Power Slap a try. Bro, it doesn't make any sense at all. Like, it truly, and it's like, the commercials are the craziest thing, because I'll see the UFC referees in there. Like, bro, why? Like, I mean, they must be hard up for a paycheck if they're a referee in Power Slap. Why do I see Jason Herzog in Power Slap? It looks like D Rose. It looks like his invite expired. So let me send him another invite in here. Yeah, it's just that it grinds my gears that is a thing. It just blows my mind, brother. I don't know if you ever played the slapping game as a kid, but when I see it play with someone as an adult, only if the hand reached a certain angle, I think there should be a reflex, bro. It's just like, how do you not move, bro? There's no way on earth that I could knowledgeably know a person is about to slap me in the face and not flinch or move my head or like it blows my mind. It truly blows my mind. So I understand, brother. I think there should be a no power slap rule. Agreed. So that being said, the man is here. I will add him to the stream. Let me add him to the stream, and we will.
Hey, we bite. We bite.
I got to put my headphones in because I don't have you in here.
Hey,
because I was
hey,
talking.
better. Hey, better late than never. Better late than never, man. But hate to make the late entrance, but glad that we could tag along and hear your discussion about hear your passionate discussion about power slap coming in.
Yeah, man, bro. When you're not here, I have to draw out like the show a little bit because it's like I had already went through this past weekend's fights. I was through the news. I was ready to get started on this weekend's fights, bro. And I was like, man, I can't get started on this weekend's fights without my guy D Rose. So,
hell yeah.
That being said, I'm gonna hand the mic over to you for the next few minutes. I'm almost out of Coke Zero, so I'm gonna go downstairs, grab another one, bro, because I've been going at it for an hour and 2 minutes now. Well, I had went to get my charger and also plugged it. We got a lot of shit going on over here today.
Your boy, I mean, your MMA's Colin Cowherd, man, going all these hours by yourself, dude. I mean, look at you, dude.
Dude, so what I'm gonna do, dude, is I am going to let you just real quick tell everyone where you've been, why you've been gone, because I didn't let anyone know why you weren't here. I just let them know that you were gone, that this is a big day for you, because it is truly a big day for you. And then let the people know what you thought about the fights this past weekend, and I'm sure I'll be back before then. But yeah, and I'll catch up with you when I get back. So I will put you on here, and I'll let you see yourself for a minute or two, and I'll let you talk to the people. Yeah, man.
All right, man. I literally came straight downstairs as soon as I got home. But today's my 30th birthday, so I'm one who doesn't like to make a big deal about birthdays, and Matt's one that he actually put me on the spot to do this, so that's why I had to say it. I was hoping he kind of said it for me, but yeah, today's my 30th birthday, so was just out doing a little bit of just celebrating with the family, getting a little bit of dinner in, made me some ribs, got me some good cake. I would say my wife Amber, she made me a giant chocolate cake, and it was like her first time making it, but it was a bomb cake. It was like a double layer too, so she did her thing on it. So hey, I ain't gonna hate. So hate that I was late. Man, 2 cups. You know what? I could have probably phrased it a little bit better. You right. But yeah, I would have probably expected the same thing had someone just kept saying, "Hey, yo, I'm late. What are you late for? What are you late for?" Late for the pod, boys. But happy to be here. We appreciate you guys always listening and giving us an opportunity to kind of, just talk our shit and do our thing. So we appreciate you guys hanging in there with us and everything. And yeah, I'm off the birthday stuff because I'm not one to try to celebrate my own birthdays. I feel like a lot of people are very self-centered who hone in on their birthday a lot. I'm more just kind of acknowledge the day and keep it moving. But I do want to talk about this past weekend because maybe Matt kind of got to it, kind of didn't. But man. My Kamaru Usman run came to an end from Leon Edwards in the 5th round there, and he ended up finally getting the pick champ back. So had to relinquish that, and one of those fights was with how I had Peter Yan versus Merab, and I just wanted to really touch on that fight real quick. I don't need to touch on the whole card as a whole because I know you want to move on to this weekend, but I just really was surprised at how much Merab was able to overwhelm Peter Yan. And I thought that I didn't think Peter Yan had a bad fight, but I did think that dude, and the crazy part is, Austin, I'm 30 going on 50. Like, I've been an old soul for a very long time now. I've been an old soul, and now my age is just matching my soul. So it's very fitting. But no, I thought Merab really just overwhelmed Peter Yan. Just put the constant pressure on him, combos, all that constant wrestling. What was it? 49 takedown attempts, even though he only got like 12. It's just a constant work rate. No one's able to put on output like that. The only two guys that I can really think of who are really able to put on that type of output is really Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman. Those are the two that I kind of think as far as guys who really outpace you for most of the fight. Not the most skilled, but they do use pace as a weapon. And that's exactly what Merab uses. And especially in a 5-round fight, I kept questioning his 5-round cardio. I was like, yeah, he can go hard because it's 3 rounds, but what about 5 rounds? And dude completely took Yan out of the fight with all of his relentless pressure. So I was surprised with that. And Matt is rightful to hang the belt in the background now because he ended up snatching the pick champ away from me with that
I got with the hardware in the back.
With the last little pick. But the dogs was barking this weekend though.
Dude, so, I even said it, brother. I even said it. And bro, the entire chat saw it, as I was breaking down the fights like earlier, but I just want to get your honest opinion and what you think, because Friday at the weigh-ins, man, I messaged you and I was like, bro, why is Alexander Romanov so fat? And I went back to the weigh-ins, I found pictures and I have them, dude. This is Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman, number 2, Alexander King Kong Romanov. This is what he looked like. This is him this past weekend, bro. What happened, dude? What happened? Did he train at all? Or did he just eat the entire training camp, dude? He borderline had abs like the last time that this upcoming weekend happens, dude.
Man, a lot of those heavyweights, I think the big problem with them too is if he did do something like that, a lot of the guys think they can just kind of eat sloppy and whatever and just be able to go out there and perform. They can just eat McDonald's and Burger King and shit like that every day. And I'm not the one to criticize because, hey, that food's delicious. But, as far as heavyweight, they do say you need to try to maintain a little bit more of a healthier lifestyle, especially Romanov is one. Hey, he did look a little chubby, but I was trying to initially defend Romanov because you did message me and say, hey man, like he looked very unhealthy. I was like, well, maybe he's trying to keep the additional weight on because Volkov's a giant. Ever since Volkov put on like this extra weight, it's just like all of a sudden
grew a foot too.
Dude, I swear, I was like, is he like 9 foot tall or what? Like, I was like, I swear he's taller than Stephen Struve now. I was like, what happened? Like, he's almost as big as Alex Pereira, man. Like, it's crazy. Volkov is almost
you heard it here. You heard it here. Alexander Volkov is almost the size of Alex Pereira, dude. But but at some point he has to catch up to him because Alex Pereira keeps growing, Volkov keeps growing. They just get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, both of them
look like Harambe and I King Kong.
Volkov ran right through him. Even though that fence grab was a little bad, but dude, as soon as Volkov got into the ground, dude, he mashed him in.
All right, brother. This is a question for you, so I will let you answer.
Hey, I'll take them. Like I said, Matt gave me his. I could go grab them. They're actually sitting like right over here around the corner. They're sitting on the shelf over here. I just don't have too much. I don't have the most knowledge of them. I still watch your videos. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a cool grab. Like when you get excited, I get excited because that means that means it's a good grab. But like, when you're like, oh man, I'm like, oh, that sucks. I mean, as far as who I like, I mean, Israel Adesanya is definitely my favorite fighter. Up and comer right now, Adrian Yanez. He's probably another one of those guys that I'm a big fan of right now. Guys like that. I mean, I'm a fan of everybody. There's guys who I obviously cling to more than others. Like I said, probably Izzy and Adrian Yanez. I would say probably those two right now. I'm kind of on the biggest bandwagon with those two guys, even though Izzy's been around for a while. Probably those two guys, but hey, man, I'm a fan of the sport. You can send me just about anybody, and I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind taking anybody.
All right. So we got that cleared up. So Daniel, just hit me up, brother, and I will either get you his address to send your stuff to him, or you can just send it to me, and I will eventually get it over to him. So Jay Wolf laughing. Yeah. All right. Cool. And okay. Cool. Fair enough. So got that figured out. So yeah, man, there was not shit for news for this past weekend, man. So I hope you're ready. I'm going to put my strap up on the line this weekend, dude. We do have 5 fights this weekend. I already went down them all. I said all the names and all the nicknames that I could remember off the top of my head, and I think I did pretty good. So we are going to open up right here at the curtain jerker, the first fight of the night at the prelims. We got Veronica Macedo Hardy, Dan Hardy's wife, taking on Juliana Killer Miller. Veronica Macedo, 6-4-1, 3-1 for Juliana Miller. 27 years old for Hardy, 26 years old for Killer Miller. This is going to be at 125, 5'4" for Hardy, 5'7" for Juliana Miller, 64-inch reach for Hardy, 66-inch reach for Juliana Miller, dude. Veronica Macedo, we haven't seen her in, I think, 3 years, maybe something like that. What's my mouse doing, brother? 2 years and 11 months. Yeah, last fall against Bay Malecki, who is not good. Let's be honest. Lost against her via unanimous decision. Won against Polyana Viana via armbar, but that was almost 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, she did lose to Jillian Robertson via rear naked choke. And let's just be fair, 5 years ago, does it even matter? So we haven't seen Veronica Macedo in 3 years, dude. She is a plus 325 dog going up against Juliana Killer Miller, who last fought 7 months ago against Brogan Walker. And I got to be honest, man, I thought Brogan Walker was going to sleep her. I thought Juliana Miller striking looked like dog shit on the Ultimate Fighter, and Brogan did look fairly well on the Ultimate Fighter. But when they actually fought, like in the cage on the Ultimate Fighter like finale, dude, it looked like what was her name? Fucking Brogan Walker just forgot what she was doing, because like Miller didn't look like she had improved any. It just looked like Brogan Walker just looked like she forgot what she was doing out there, and it just
Miller walked right through her in that performance. Though she walked right through her.
Like it's almost
like, that surprised me, because I didn't watch Ultimate Fighter. I remember you were telling me how good Brogan Walker was, and I remember I watched the fight and I was like, dude, if Brogan Walker is supposed to be that good, Juliana Miller's a killer. Because I was like, dude, she ran through her that night.
Like after I watched that fight, dude, I was like, what the? Like it was like she was too confident. She was too confident. And she was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna piece this girl up," and it just didn't happen, dude. But let's be honest, dude. Juliana Miller hasn't fought anyone in her first 4 fights. Like literally no one. On the other hand, Veronica Hardy has fought literal UFC competition, dude. Still fighting in the UFC. And we haven't seen her for 3 years. This brings me back to when we saw Natalia Silva versus Jasmine Jasudavicius, dude. When everyone's like, Jasmine's going to crush Natalia Silva. She hasn't fought in 3 years, and she's going to look like shit. Well, at the same time, 3 years ago, if you're fighting in the UFC at, 23, 24 years old against Jillian Robertson, Andrea Lee, and Ashley Evans-Smith, you're probably going to lose those fights at 23 years old, man. That being said, 3 years off, I'm going to take the plus 325 dog this week in Veronica Hardy. And that's going to be my pick, dude. Let the people know who you're going this week, dude. I got to close my door because it did peek open there.
Man, that is actually surprising. I think that
is my screen not sharing right now?
I
just think like that. My bad.
Nah, you're good. I had it pulled up on my phone over here, but no, I think, man, it's just hard to tell because where Veronica Hardy has been off for so long, we just don't know what to expect from her. I mean, even though she is super young, I didn't realize how old is she? Only like 26 or how old?
How old is who?
How old is Veronica Hardy?
27.
Okay, so she's 27. Yeah, she's 27. So I mean, I mean, you kind of are hitting your athletic peak at that point, as far as, all your physical ability and your mental maturation, all that stuff kind of coming together. I can see your logic coming from that point. I think, and maybe it's just me doing this layoff thing again. And, John Jones is the exception to the rule, but 3 years off, I just got to think there's going to be just some kind of just rust, just some type of natural rust there you had to shake off. You do have to mention, John Jones in that Cyril Gane fight. He did mention in that press conference after the fight that his striking felt a little bit uncertain there in the first round because he wasn't too sure, because where he didn't really spar in that camp at all, he wasn't really familiar with the striking. I got to think there's going to be a little bit of that rust factor coming in with Veronica coming into this fight, even though she is training with, Dan Hardy and some good fighters over there. Man, I just think with the activity with Miller right now, I think her wrestling kind of surprised me in that Brogan Walker fight. I'll take Juliana here.
And I knew you would, brother. And I knew you would. I just had to throw this last point out, dude. I let Veronica Miller.
I'm not betting. I'm not betting on Miller at all. That line's way too big. No way.
I mean, I'm not. I'm probably gonna throw a few dollars on like fucking Hardy just because it's like, why would you not? What do you have to lose throwing $5 on this? Possibly winning 15 back. The
money's definitely worth it as far as the betting line goes.
Bro, it's like everyone's counting her out so much, and it's like we haven't seen her in 3 years. She was in the UFC 4 years ago, and they're the same age for the most part. And Veronica Hardy commentates for, I think, one other organization, maybe some UFC as well. So she at least knows what she sees. She knows what she's looking at. I don't think she would have took this fight without thinking she could have won against a person that has shitty striking in Juliana Miller, dude. If this stays on the feet, Veronica Hardy's going to roast her, dude. Watch this shit. For sure. So anything else on this fight, or are we just going to have our first pick of the night and move on up?
Yeah, I guess we'll have our first pick, first disagreement of the night.
All right, dude. So first different pick of the night. We are going to try to have 5 on this UFC pay-per-view. So next fight of the night, we got Jai, is it the Black Country Banger, taking on Mr. Highlight, Ludovic Klein, dude. Can you see my tabology screen before I have to go back?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. So this fight, Jai Herbert 12-4, Ludovic Klein 19-4. Jai Herbert is a slight underdog, plus 135 against minus 165 Ludovic Klein. Obviously, we know Jai Herbert fighting out of England, Ludovic Klein fighting out of Slavic Republic, whatever the hell that is. 34 years old for Jai Herbert, 28 years old for Ludovic Klein. 6'1" at lightweight for Jai Herbert, 5'7" at lightweight for Ludovic Klein, 77-inch reach for the Black Country Banger. He will have a 5-inch reach advantage over the 72-inch reach of Ludovic Klein, dude. I'm gonna let you break this one down first. I've been kind of going back and forth on this one all week. We might have a different pick here. We might not. Give me your thoughts on this fight, and do you think Jai Herbert should be a plus 135 dog this week?
I will. I mean, for me, I can definitely see you going back and forth a little bit. I think Jai Herbert is a little bit more of the cleaner striker between the two. Both guys are strikers. You can see Jai Herbert uses a lot more of his kicks, and Ludovic Klein is a little bit more boxing oriented. Kind of more with straight up with the hands. He's been working a little bit more wrestling in his game here the last couple fights. So he has been looking to work that in. The only thing with Jai Herbert, he does tend to get hit a little bit in his fights. Of course, case in being the Taporia fight. Didn't he fight Francisco Trinaldo too? Didn't Trinaldo knock him out as well? Because wasn't that the one that Dan Hardy went crazy on him for went crazy on Herb Dean for not stopping the fight? Yeah, man, Jai, he does, man. He can bang, and he had Taporia wobbled with a head kick, had him rocked.
Yeah,
dude, hit him with a clean head kick, had him rocked. I mean, he was hurting, man, and Jai definitely has ability, but I just think he gets hit a little bit too much. And Ludovic Klein, he can hit pretty good when he gets going. When he starts landing combinations, like I said, he's pretty good boxing. And I think Ludovic Klein, if I had to lean one way, probably going Ludovic Klein.
Yeah, I think after the last time that he got knocked out, and then against Taporia, and then he came out against Kyle Nelson in his last fight, I believe. Let me check.
Yeah, he got one against Kyle Nelson,
and he won, but he was real careful. And dude, Ludovic Klein's got some power. I don't know if the height is going to mess with him, though. I will agree with you. I will go Ludovic Klein as well. But I don't feel good about it. It wouldn't surprise me if Jai Herbert got the upset as a slight dog. But I'm officially going to go Ludovic Klein with you this week, man. So moving on up, we got Joanne Wood or JoJo Wood taking on Luana Dread Carolina. 15-8 for JoJo Wood, 8-3 for Luana Carolina. JoJo Wood lost 4 of her last 5, last 3 in a row. But to be fair, the last 3 that she's lost to has then went on to fight for a championship right after that. And her last loss is against your current 125-pound champion in Alexa Grasso. Luana Carolina last lost to the Molly McCann spinning elbow last year when they went to London. Beat Lupita Godinez via decision, but I believe that was up at that was I'm not sure what happened with that fight. I think she was just outmatched. Beat Poliana Botelho by a decision. It doesn't matter. JoJo Wood, 37 years old, dude. Luana Carolina, 29 years old, 5'6" for both of these ladies. 65-inch reach for JoJo, 69-inch reach for Luana Carolina, dude. What am I missing here? Why is JoJo a minus 165 favorite against Luana Carolina, the plus 140 dog, man? I'm going Luana Carolina here. JoJo just hasn't looked good. I guess what we're just waiting on at this point is to find out how far JoJo has dropped down. Has she dropped down this far at 37, dude? She might have. I know she's only lost the top contenders recently, but what's her confidence like if she just keeps losing? I mean, and she's 37. Luana Carolina going to have the bigger reach, younger, more athletic, more power, if you ask me. And honestly, probably better on the ground. I don't know why she's the favorite. The only way I see JoJo possibly winning this fight is by a decision. But even still, dude, I think there's too many opportunities for her to either get clipped and wobbled or taken down and choked out again, dude. Who you going this week?
Man, the only thing about Luana Carolina, I just don't know. I mean, she obviously hasn't faced a level of competition that Joanne not Calder would. The competition that she's faced. Yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of got me going back and forth. I feel like, for her to be for Joanne to be a favorite, I think that is a little bit of a stretch. I think at worst, you could probably say, minus 110, maybe kind of like
about an even fight, right?
Yeah, I think it should be close to about an even money fight, just where Joanne is in her career right now. But man, with Luana Carolina taking a KO like she did in her last fight, dude, who's to say that she comes out the same anymore? You know, when fighters end up suffering, you know, damaging KOs like that. I mean, she was out for a minute too. Like, and you don't see like women go out in fights like that and are out for a long time. And she
got hit with the Yuri Prochazka, so
dude, I mean that was, I mean, just absolutely savage spinning elbow. And who's to say she even comes out the same? You know, she could be a little bit gun shy as well. I just got to think the level of competition is going to help Joanne in this in her favor. She is a little bit older.
It's a significant step down too. It's like a massive step down.
Right. I mean, you're talking Tyler Santos, Alexa Grasso. You know, you're talking girls
Lauren
like that.
Murphy.
Lauren Murphy too. So yeah, you're talking girls like that, and then you're talking Luana Carolina. Carolina's got some ability, but I do think that
literally only beat Jessica I in her last 5 fights.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not going to say Luana Carolina would beat Jessica I at this point right now, but I gotta think that her experience is going to help her out in this case. I don't know how certain I'm going to feel about putting this in our picks unless we don't have too many disagreements here, but let's go, Joanne. I'm gonna hold it out until we know how many picks we got, and then I might throw it in because I'm not super confident at all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more I just want Joanne to win. You know, I love me some Joanne.
So out of the first 3, we already have our second 2 different picks. Moving on up, but we got 15 fights, y'all. So let's step on this motherfucking gas. We got Jake Hadley taking on Malcolm Gordon, dude. And Dorian, let me get your thoughts on this. We got Jake White Kong Hadley taking on Malcolm X Gordon. What is UFC doing here? Like, they mashed this up on purpose, or like what? Like what are they doing? Like what are they doing here?
And, I mean, right after Black History Month too. I mean, what are we doing? Right? I mean, right after Black History Month, you're going to try to divide the people up like this.
Bias, you know, they're going to try to sneak it in here.
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect the White Hope versus Malcolm X. I mean, what are we doing here? Yeah, they ain't slick. UFC, we see what y'all doing. Y'all ain't slick.
All right. We got Jake White Kong Hadley taking on Malcolm X Gordon. We got 9-1 for Jake Hadley, 14-6 for Malcolm Gordon, minus 325 favorite for Jake Hadley, plus 250 dog for Malcolm Gordon. 26 years old for Jake Hadley, 32 years old for the Canadian Malcolm Gordon. This is going to be down at 125, 5'7" for both of these fellas. 68-inch reach for Jake Hadley and a 70-inch reach for Malcolm Gordon, dude. We last saw Malcolm Gordon lose to, I believe, Muhammad Mokaev, right? Yeah, Muhammad Mokaev. That's when that was my favorite pay-per-view of last year, man. I watched that on your couch, my brother, and I got hype as frick when Muhammad Mokaev got at that arm bar there.
Right over here.
Yeah, brother. So, dude, I don't think Malcolm Gordon's best chin in the world. When he loses, he gets finished. Jake Hadley's got pretty solid boxing overall. I'm not really sure how his ground game is, if I'm going to be honest. I just see Jake Hadley pretty much boxing up like Malcolm Gordon for 3 rounds, if not finish him on the feet, dude. I got Jake Hadley here. Which way you going, my guy?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta think that I mean, Malcolm Gordon did. I'm not gonna lie, he did look pretty good in the Mokaev fight for the most part. He was making Mokaev work a little bit for the submissions. I remember he got the submission. It was the first fight of the night, and you like exploded because you were like, yeah, he got the submission. And I'm pretty sure that submission, you needed that in your parlay. I'm pretty sure that parlay still never ended up hitting. Like, you had a different parlay that won. It wasn't that one. Yeah. And it was the first fight, and you were like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then boom, your parlay never hit anyway. So your energy was all ecstatic for nothing for that submission.
2 cups, exactly pointing it out.
Hell yeah, it is. But yeah, let's say Jake Hadley here. I don't say it with the most confidence because I'm not super confident in him either because he lost to Nascimento, didn't he? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not super confident, but let's say Hadley.
All right, cool enough. Cool enough. Fair enough, dude. One that I can get behind, dude. I love to talk about this guy and how his chin work. We got Dusko Todorovic taking on Christian Leroy Duncan, dude. I don't know much about Christian Leroy Duncan, but I have heard over this past week that he is a killer. I believe Cage Warriors champion at 185. So nothing but good news there. He's undefeated, 7-0, and he's going to be taking on Dusko Todorovic, the guy that puts his chin like this. That's how Dusko protects his chin, dude, and probably going to get cracked this weekend. As I said, 7-0 for Christian Leroy Duncan, 12-3 for Dusko Thunder Todorovic, minus 210 favorite for Christian Leroy Duncan, the UFC newcomer, 27 years old for Christian, 28 years old for Dusko. It's going to be at 185. Christian Leroy Duncan is 6'2". Todorovic 6'1". We do not have a reach for Leroy Duncan. 74-inch reach for Dusko Todorovic, and I don't think I said he is a minus or a plus 170 dog this weekend. I've been talking a lot, Dorian. I'm gonna let you pick first, man. Here you going.
Man, I don't know a whole bunch about Christian Duncan except just the same thing. I've been seeing some of the UFC promo on him on the YouTube page. You know, I know they're kind of pushing him pretty hard here. Todorovic, as you said, that dude, he is a as Joe Rogan tried to call Drekus, you know, last time, a chin up specialist. I mean, that's as Todorovic. Hey, he's running a close race with the best of them up there as far as holding that chin up. Looks like they are setting Christian Duncan up for a win here. I just gotta say, Todorovic, good fighter, but I think he's probably going to get he's been knocked out by Chitty, but he did go 3 rounds with Gregory Rodriguez, so I do gotta give him that. But he also got knocked out by Soriano too. Yeah, I think he's getting set up to potentially get blasted here.
Yeah, man. Looks like we're both going.
I'll go Christian Duncan.
Yeah, looks like we're both going Christian Leroy Duncan. So that's going to be a fun one to hear get announced on Saturday. So up next, we got Lerone the Miracle Murphy taking on Gabriel Santos. I could not get that one out, dude. That one, I don't know what happened there. The Miracle Murphy. For those of you who don't know, this man was, I think, shot in the head and survived and is here fighting. 31 years old for Leroy Duncan. I mean, Jesus, what am I doing? Lerone Murphy. 26 years old for Gabriel Santos. This is going to be down at 145, 5'9" for both of these guys. 73.5-inch reach for Lerone Murphy. 71.5-inch reach for Gabriel Santos, dude. It's looking like we don't have odds. You got odds on your side over there, man?
I got odds on ESPN right now. They have Lerone Murphy at minus 185 and Santos at plus 155 right now.
Yeah, got to go with the favorite, Lerone Murphy. I've seen him a few times. He got a knockout, over Michael. That's when I saw him. And then Douglas Da Silva de Andrade, tough fighter, and he knocked him out. Dude, he didn't knock him out. He beat him by decision. Knocked out Ricardo Ramos. And then split decision against Sabiro Takugal. Dude, I'm going Lerone Murphy via knockout against, I don't know anything about this guy. Gabriel Santos looks like LFA champion, dude. Lerone Murphy, knockout. How about you, man?
I'll keep it short and sweet. I think Murphy, from what I've seen from him, I just remember him from the Amir Khan fight too, and remember putting it on him. He looked good with the striking in that fight, and let's say Murphy gets it done here.
Yeah, all right. I hope work slow for me Saturday because I want to watch the fights. I know Dorian feels the same because let the people know what's happening to you on Saturday, my guy.
Yeah, I literally have to work from 9 to 8 o'clock on Saturday. So by the time I end up getting off work, the card's literally going to be over. So yeah, I have to unfortunately work the whole day. So I don't know if I want to try and watch it while I'm at work because I'm a car salesman. So it's going to be hard for me to, like, if I got a customer, I can't sit there and, like, watch while I'm trying to talk to a customer and sell a car. So I'm trying to debate on if I want to try to watch while I'm at work, or do I just wait until the day's over, don't look at any Facebook, and try to watch the whole card when I get home.
It's going to be tough, brother. Like, especially if you're trying to have any bets on any of the fights, you know?
Yeah, well, and I think that's the thing. I had to place all my bets before the fights. Well, and the thing is, you know what will be good, though, is that if I end up losing the bets that I placed, I'm not going to chase, because I did that last week and busted my ass. So that will actually be a little less restraint for me to not put as much money on the bets. But just don't look at my sports book. Don't look at Facebook. Don't look at nothing. And as soon as I get home, I'll beg you not to message me the results until I know. But I'm still kind of up in the air on how I want to do it.
Lucky for me, I'm in California. We have the small cars and a small car. All right. So, we will move on up to the next fight, dude. Looks like people are just leaving this, dude. So, Muhammad Mokaev taking on Rafael Fialho. The Punisher, 8-0. The Pastor, 14-2. Minus 800 favorite for Muhammad Mokaev. Plus 550 for Rafael Fialho. I don't know if that's how you're saying it, dude. 22 years old for Muhammad Mokaev. 29 for Fialho. 5'7" for both of these fellas. 70-inch reach for Muhammad Mokaev. 68-inch reach for Pastor, dude. Are we going to see another Muhammad Mokaev running the show here, or is the Pastor going to come in with a plus 550 and upset?
Man, I gotta think that Mokaev is going to win, but like I said in his last fight, shout out Jay Wolf. That's what I was laughing at earlier. I didn't want to. I wanted to wait for you to throw it up on there, but that's what I was laughing at. Let's go, Jay Wolf. I see you, dog. Let's go. Come on down. Hey, our lot. We got all the cards down here. Like, we literally do. We got all the franchises. And Daniel, yeah, that's why you're lucky, man. But my wife wants me to wait too, because her favorite fighter is Justin Gaethje, and she doesn't want me to watch it without her. So I'm like, oh man. Hell yeah.
Hey,
but,
look who made
let's go
on the show, brother.
Let's go.
Stopping by today, Papa
What up?
Chuck?
What up, Papa Chuck? Let's go, Papa Chuck. I love how I just completely disregarded this fight. I mean, look, Muhammad Mokaev has been getting matched up as if he's supposed to be this big killer, but he has kind of struggled a little bit, and he does have a lot of potential. His wrestling is super smothering. Am I going to put any bets on him? Probably not, just because that line is way too heavy for me to feel comfortable betting, but he should be able to get a pretty comfortable win here. So let's go Mokaev here. Oh shit, did he drop out? I think he I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I accidentally muted my mic. My bad, dude.
Yeah, I was like
trying to get the next one pulled up, and I muted my mic. So next fight, we got Sam Patterson taking on Yanal Ashmov, dude. I got to be honest, I don't know a damn thing about Yanal Ashmov. I did see Sam Patterson on the Contender Series, right? On the Contender Series against Vicenius Cincy. He won via rear naked choke, dude. But the future, Sam Patterson, dude, how many futures do we have now? Doesn't make sense.
Too damn many.
Some
of these people are too old to be called the future.
He's going to be taking on Red Fox Yanal Anshav. 10-1 for the future, 6-0 for Anshav, dude. 26 years old for Sam Patterson, 27 years old for Ashmov. I was saying that wrong. I apologize. This is going to be down 155, 6'3" at 155 for Sam Patterson, 5'9" at 155 for Ashmov. 78-inch reach for Sam Patterson, and we don't have one for Ashmov here, dude. I got Sam Patterson probably winning 30-27 decision. Which way you going, man?
Man, that size advantage is absolutely nuts, dude. But let's say, yeah, let's go Patterson here.
I'll trade you the Jalen Turner card for a car from the. Sounds like a fair trade, brother. Sounds like a fair trade.
Oh yeah, here's $800 for this $25,000 car.
No,
makes
not
makes
even,
sense.
bro. It's like $50.
I'm thinking like a 1-on-1 or something like that.
Oh no, dude. So moving on up, dude. Yeah, we got so many damn fights. We got Chris Duncan taking on the 37-year-old Omar Venezuelan fighter Morales, dude. This is by far one of the worst nicknames in the UFC. Like, I wonder what you are. Venezuelan fighter. Thanks for letting us know. It doesn't make any sense. Chris Duncan. 9-1 for Chris Duncan, 11-3 for Omar Morales, minus 105. Dude, this is a near even fight, and dude, I'm about to hop on this Chris Duncan side. 29 years old, taking on the 37-year-old for Omar Morales, dude, and he doesn't fight too often. Look, 8 months ago, a year and a half ago, and against Uros Medic and JSP Pierce, dude. He's beat Shane Young, but who doesn't beat Shane Young at this point? Lost to Giga Chikadze, but that was down at 145, and lost to Gabriel Mobley Benitez. But Mobley's pretty good, not going to lie, dude. And that was also down at 145 as well. So up at 155, I don't think he's going to do any better at 37 years old. 5'10" versus 5'11", 71-inch reach. Omar Morales does have a slight, I believe that's a 2.5-inch reach. My math could be off there. But 74-inch reach for Morales, 71-inch reach for Duncan, dude. I'm going Chris Duncan here. Near even fight, but which way are you going, man?
Yeah, Chris Duncan had that performance on the Contender Series last season when he was getting absolutely crushed by Campbell there in the first round, and Campbell had him like on the he was right there to getting finished. Like he was that damn close to getting finished, and Chris Duncan just landed an absolute bomb and put Campbell out with one punch. It was an absolute wild back and forth fight. Dude's full of action, but he's got chin, he's got heart. The last fight he lost was actually in the Contender Series, and he had a broken arm. That's why he ended up losing the fight, was because I think he ended up blocking a kick and his arm ended up breaking. That's how he ended up losing by TKO. But Chris Duncan's a savage, and I'm with you. I'm on this line all the way because the line I'm looking at, I didn't hear the line that you said, but I'm seeing it at minus 105 right now. I mean, that's worthy of putting a straight bet on.
Yeah, it's on the screen right now. Minus 105 for Chris Duncan, minus 115 for Omar Morales.
Yeah, that's a crazy line, dude. Yeah, I'm surprised it's that low right now, considering, as you said, Morales that inactive. Yeah, I'm as far as bets, hey, change the cheddar. That's one. Hey, I could get ahead of you right now. That's one of the picks you can make right now and make some money on.
Do you guys think reach advantage is an advantage? Chael said it didn't mean shit, but I think it all depends on the style. Like if it's a kickboxing fight, reach advantage for sure makes a difference. But if we got two fighters that are trying to wrestle, that probably don't make too much of a difference,
well,
you know?
Well, and you got to think about who fights with their strength or with their length as well. Because I mean, you look at guys like Stefan Struve. Stefan Struve was the tallest fighter in UFC history, and he would literally stand in the pocket with guys. It's like, what are you doing? You're 7 foot tall. Stay as far away from them and just crack them with just those long ass arms. John Jones knows how to use his reach. Israel Adesanya, guys like that, they know how to use their reach and length very well. So I do think there's an advantage to it when there are fighters who know how to use it.
Indeed, man, indeed. So we will move on to the next fight of the night. We got Jack Tank Shore taking on Mr. Finland, Makwan Amirkhani. 16-1 for Jack Shore. Last loss to Ricky Simon via third round. I believe it was third round. I don't know why I said.
I thought it was second round.
Yeah, I don't know. Via arm triangle. Dude,
Ricky Simone dogged him. Yeah. Dude, Ricky Simone dogged him.
let's not pretend we don't know what Makwan Amirkhani's fight's going to look like. He's going to go out there, try to take you down and submit you for about 6 minutes and then gas completely, jump off a cliff with his gas tank. Minus 500 favorite for Jack Shore. Dude, 28 years old versus 34 for Amirkhani. 5'8 for Jack Shore, 5'10 for Amirkhani, 71-inch reach for Shore, 72 for Mr. Finland, dude. Do you agree with my assessment? He's got about 6 minutes of gas tank, and he's just going to try to wrestle you. As long as Jack Shore doesn't get submitted in the first round, he should have this in the bag. Round 2 finish, maybe even a round 3 finish. That's where I'm going, Jack Shore.
Yeah, this was definitely set up for him to win. I think they kind of did him a disservice setting him up against Ricky Simone in his first fight anyway, because Ricky Simone, a lot of people don't give him credit as far as being an actual good fighter. And Ricky Simone kind of dogged Jack Shore. But Jack Shore is making the move. This is that featherweight, right? So, yeah, he's making the move up in weight right now, too. So maybe that cut down to 135 wasn't great for him, but much easier matchup for him in this case. As you said, Makwan Amirkhani doesn't have the best gas tank. I mean, he's got some good submissions when he can get you down and use his wrestling. But if he does tend to struggle getting the takedown, there about that 3-minute mark in the second round, you can kind of start picking them apart and having your way. So I think as long as you said, Jack Shore doesn't get taken down in the first round, or taken down and controlled for a long period in the first round, he should be able to get the win.
Yeah, so we've been on the same one aside from those 2 different ones, yeah, so far?
Yeah, pretty well, a lot of them, if you look at them, they're pretty sizable favorites against. They're kind of set up for those, except for the Chris Duncan and Owen Morales fight. But yeah,
so
Chris Duncan's savage.
We have only picked different on the 2 female fights so far. As crazy as it sounds. Yeah. So we will move on up to, dude. This is a tough one for me, dude, because the last time Roman fought, we did pick different on the pick champ. I did pick Jack Hermansson to beat Roman, but at the weigh-ins, right after the weigh-ins, like I messaged you, and I'm like, dude, Roman is way bigger than Jack Shore. All my bets are going Roman Dolidze.
Hermansson.
Yeah, I said Jack Shore. Jesus, we just talked about Jack Shore. Jack Hermansson,
that's what, yeah.
Yeah, way bigger than Jack Hermansson. And then all my bets went Roman from that point on, dude. I do think we're gonna have a size advantage for Roman here, but dude, if that was a fear for my last fight, how can this not be a fear for this fight? That just that Marvin's gonna be just too much too soon for Roman Dolidze here. But at the same time, I don't want to step in front and bet my money against the role that Roman Dolidze is on too, because dude, he just impresses me more and more every time I see him. This sweep that he hit on Jack Hermansson, that was probably the craziest sweep I've seen in the UFC. And then straight to a calf slicer and then just pounded Jack Hermansson out, dude. I am so torn here. Is Marvin Vettori going to do Marvin Vettori things, march forward, pin Roman Dolidze up against the fence with his head and hold him there? Or is Roman Dolidze going to come out and shock all these motherfuckers like he's been doing? Bro, mine and your best call of last year, or was it this year? I'm not sure. Was Roman Dolidze finishing Phil Hawes, dude. I don't know how he was the underdog, dude. Everyone was like, Phil Hawes is going to beat him. I'm like, are you guys fucking nuts? Roman Dolidze is going to absolutely crush Phil Hawes, dude. And sure enough, comes out, breaks his knee, and then just fucking sends him to the land of wind and ghost, dude.
Knocked him the fuck out.
Dude, me and you could not have been more spot on calling Roman Dolidze versus Phil Hawes, dude. I just don't understand what people saw.
I've made a killing betting against Phil Hawes. I have made a killing betting against Phil Hawes, dude. It is crazy. I've gotten so many plus 250 underdogs against him. It's nuts. I don't understand it.
Yeah, dude. But here I'm truly stumped, man. I don't know which way to go. I don't want to bet against Marvin Vettori here because Marvin Vettori only has lost to really like the best in the division. But at the same time, the role that Roman Dolidze is on, I don't want to step in front of him and bet against them. Which way are you going here, man?
For me, man, this is a tough fight. I think this is probably, I mean, obviously you're going to have Gaethje and Fiziev, what is going to be the fight of the night, but I think this is like, if there could be two awards for it, I think this could potentially be one of those that could be a fight of the night. You know, I told you when Roman Dolidze, after his last fight, I told you I wanted to see him fight Marvin Vettori because I wanted to see Vettori's chin tested. Roman Dolidze can thud. We've seen him put guys out with, you know, just devastating blows. Look at the way he put out Phil Hawes. I mean, he put Kyle Dawkins' nose in the back of his head with that knee that he landed on him. Like, I mean, the dude's a killer in so many ways. Vettori's just, I mean, he's tough as that damn old leather boot, dude. I mean, he will not go away. I mean, Whitaker cracked him with some shots and couldn't hurt him. He hurt him with a head kick.
Paulo Costa kind of had him wobbled, though.
Yeah. Well, there were a couple of times where Costa was like cracking him, but that was the thing. Vettori answered right back, was able to get right back on his horse, get Costa pinned up against the fence, and was able to land a bunch of combos against him. So Vettori is super tough, but man, the way the Roman Dolidze is rolling right now, I do think he's gotten better each fight for me. And I just think that right now, you know, Vettori's kind of in that spot to where, you know, he almost doesn't know what he can do right now. He's had his title opportunity. He's lost to Izzy twice. He's lost to Whitaker already. He does kind of need to get back into a stride, but how much improvements has he really made over these last few fights that he's had? So yeah, give me Roman here, man. I think Roman's a dude, and I'm not gonna lie. If Vettori goes out here, I think Roman has a chance for a finish, dude. I'm not going to bullshit you. I think he has a chance to knock Vettori out here.
Dude, I'm curious. What's Roman's sub? Do you have any lines up? What's Roman? Sub,
I do not have any lines, but I can get them. I can get them pulled up real quick because I am the one that I'm actually interested to see is Roman by knockout. I think submission is going to be pretty tough because Vettori, he is, you know, just gritty. I don't really see him as far as, you know, giving up his back and giving up an easy submission.
Here we go. I got you right here. Roman Dolidze by knockout plus 600 on FanDuel. Roman Dolidze by submission plus 750, dude. I'm curious, what's Roman Dolidze just by finish? So double chance, knockout or submission. Roman Dolidze by finish, KO or sub is plus 330. It's definitely something to keep your eye on this weekend. I know Marvin never been finished, but man, trying to step in front of this guy right now is just crazy, dude. Man, he's a big dog too. Plus 220. Marvin Vettori, 275 favorite, dude.
Let's go. Make the pick. Come on. Make the pick.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's go Dolidze. I'm not picking against him again.
I was waiting for you to do it. I was waiting for you to do it
again, dude. I picked against him last time and he burned me, dude. I will not pick against him again. I can't, dude. I can't. Dude.
Nah, I can't either, man. He's rolling right now. And honestly, I think out of all the guys at the top, if it had been Whitaker, if it had been Costa, you know, I would have said, you know, maybe Roman Dolidze is biting off a little bit more than he could chew. That Vettori matchup, that's a good top 5 matchup. That's a really good matchup for him.
All right. So is this the first fight on the main card, or did
No, that Vettori and Dolidze was.
Oh, okay, so that was the first fight on the main card. Second fight on the main card, we got Jennifer Maia taking on King Casey O'Neill. Jennifer Maia 29-1. King Casey O'Neill undefeated 9-0. Jennifer Maia plus 150 dog, minus 180 favorite for King Casey O'Neill. Jennifer Maia 34 years old. Casey O'Neill 25 years old. This is going to be taking place at 125. 5'4" for Jennifer Maia. 5'6" for Casey O'Neill. 64-inch reach for Maia and 69-inch reach for Casey O'Neill. So kind of a big reach for Casey O'Neill. Casey
Nice.
O'Neill is one of these. I'm glad you caught that. Casey O'Neill is one of these young up and comers. A lot of people have her on the same level as an Aaron Blanchfield, as a Miranda Maverick, people like that, dude. So, what's your thoughts on the Scottish King Casey O'Neill, and who do you got this weekend? Because I think I might be taking the dog in the upset pick, Jennifer Maia, this weekend, dude. So let the people know who you're picking.
Man, I think this is a good matchup to see where Casey O'Neill is at because, as you said, Casey O'Neill has kind of been regarded as one of those women in flyweight that's coming up, and she's going to be next as far as the next generation of flyweights that's kind of here to take over. As you said, with Aaron Blanchfield and some of the younger women in the women's flyweight division making that come up now. Jennifer Maia is battle tested. She's fought the best of the best. She's been there with Valentina, Joanne, you name them in that division, and she's pretty much fought all of them. And she's fought. I think she fought at 135 as well in her earlier stint in the UFC as well. So, battle tested. Casey O'Neill, she's got that dog in her. Casey O'Neill's definitely got that dog. The only thing that does worry me, she is coming off of, I believe it was ACL injury. So sometimes getting your legs back under you, that is a little bit tough to try to, her first fight back since her ACL surgery. I am going to be curious to see where she's at. If they get in any grappling situations, if Jennifer Maia, how she's slick with her jiu-jitsu, if she gets like a leg lock or anything like that, is it going to mess with Casey O'Neill mentally? But I do think that Casey O'Neill overall does have should have the strength advantage and has a striking advantage, and she's a dog, man. She's nasty. So I didn't like it that she talked shit to Roxanne Modafferi, but I get it, man. She's trying to get herself mentally focused for a fight. Doesn't matter how nice a person is. Hey, I'm here to kick your ass, and I like the chip that she carries on her shoulder. So let's go, Casey O'Neill.
All right, fair enough. Going to throw that out there. I'm glad you brought up the Roxanne Modafferi fight. She did fight Roxanne Modafferi last, dude. And I got to be honest, how did Roxanne bloody Casey O'Neill's face up a little bit, And you said that Casey O'Neill has better striking than Jennifer Maia. And, bro, I don't think so, because I said it when this fight happened right here. Marina Moroz taking on fucking Jennifer Maia. When I was like, even though Marina Moroz is a Ukrainian boxing champion, I think Jennifer Maia has better boxing, and she proved it, dude. I think she is good on the feet. She's got good hands. My thing is, if King Casey takes down Maia, is she going to try to play off her back for all 3 rounds opposed to get up, or at least just try to do something to improve the position? That's the only worry that I have. If this is a standing on the feet all 3 rounds, dude, I got fucking Jennifer Maia all day here. And a plus 150 dog? Yeah, I'm for sure going the dog. Give me the 34-year-old Jennifer Maia stopping the undefeated streak of King Casey O'Neill, dude.
Yeah.
So that's going to be our third different pick in the third women's fight of the night, dude.
All the women's fights. Let's just disagree with all the women that are fighting.
We got 3 more fights to go, brother. Coming down to the last 3. Let's see if we have any differences here, man. We got Gunny Nelson taking on Brian Bam Bam Barberina. 18-5 for Gunnar Nelson. 18-9 for Bam Bam Barberina. Minus 375 favorite for Gunnar Nelson. Makes sense. 34 years old for Nelson. 33 for Barberina. Going to be taking place at 170. Nelson 5'11". Barberina 6 foot tall. 72-inch reach for Nelson. And for Barberina as well. So pretty even there. The thing is here, dude, Gunnar Nelson is very, very good at getting fighters to the ground and submitting them. And Brian Barberina's takedown defense is basically a few levels above dog shit. Not good at all, dude. Going to get taken down and probably get submitted. Do you agree? And who you going with in this fight, dude?
Yeah, and the bad part is that I hate the matchmaking with this, because I literally have messaged you like every Brian Barberina fight that I can remember, and I say every time there is never a boring Bam Bam fight. But you match him up against RDA, a guy who's good with takedowns and submissions, and then he matched him up against Gunnar Nelson, a guy who's good with takedowns and submissions. Can y'all stop taking one of the most entertaining fighters in the sport and having him fight wrestlers? What the hell are you doing? You're taking everything that's fun about Brian Barberena away from him. I love watching the dude fight, man. Again, I will say it every time, that fight with him and Vicente Luque. I mean, top 3 fights of like favorite fights of all time. I'm going to get a poster of that fight next. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, dude, that fight was absolutely bonkers. I love Brian Barberena, but I say all that to say Gunnar Nelson, good takedowns, good submissions. You know, he had his comeback fight last year and kind of got his feet wet. I don't know if it's going to be complete domination, but I could see Gunnar Nelson getting the takedowns here and going for the win. I'm rooting for Brian Barberena. Ain't no way in hell I'm betting on Gunnar Nelson at that line right there. But he is man. If Brian Barberena had an eensy bit of takedown defense, I would say Brian Barberena. But he literally has. Me and him has the same amount of takedown defense. Like that's what it is at this point. That's what sucks.
All right, Dorian going Gunnar Nelson as well. So we will move up, dude. The co-main event of the evening, where we got Justin the Highlight Gaethje taking on Rafael Ottoman Fiziev, dude. 23-4 for Justin Gaethje, 12-1 for Rafael Fiziev. And can we get an updated Justin Gaethje Tapology picture that doesn't have him with these damn sideburns, dude? I don't know how long I've been looking at this Tapology picture. What is this? Is this like the World Series of fighting picture? Like, look at him with the sideburns and
that's probably him as an amateur.
Dude, what is this picture? Justin Gaethje plus 190 dog. Rafael Fiziev 240 favorite, man. 34 years old for Justin Gaethje, 30 years old for Fiziev. This is going to take place at 155. 5'11" for Justin Gaethje. I feel like that's a little tall for what he actually is. 5'8" for Rafael Fiziev, 70-inch reach for Justin Gaethje, and 71.5-inch reach for Rafael Fiziev, dude. Is it a question who I'm going with here? I feel like you know who I'm more a fan of. I'm a fan of both fighters, but I've said since the beginning, once I saw him fight Mark DeCasey, I was like, oh, shit, this is an issue, dude. I got to go Ottoman Rafael Fiziev here. Dude, I just think he's a younger Justin Gaethje with better defense, more calculated, and he will shoot from time to time. Fucking Gaethje can get hit. Rafael has such good striking defense, dude. And let's be real. They're not going to wrestle. If this is a straight striking match, Rafael's probably going to outstrike him, dude. He's a multiple time world Muay Thai champion, some shit like that, dude. He's had like hundreds of fucking Muay Thai fights, and he's just lethal on the feet. Got nasty spinning stuff. Body kicks are crazy. Has that cool matrix defense, dude. As I said, great defense. I got Rafael Fiziev here. I don't know if he should be a minus 240 favorite. I would probably line this plus 150, minus 130, some shit like that. But I'm going Rafael Fiziev here, dude. Are you going to go against your wife's favorite fighter, or are you picking Justin Gaethje to win this one?
Man, super fun matchup. This should be a fun fight for as long as it lasts. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to decision here. A lot of times people do pick Gaethje fights to get finished, and it's like for some reason I can kind of get the feeling when it's going to going to go to decision. For some reason, I could see him and Fiziev banging it out, but them being a little bit more careful, kind of similar in that Chandler fight where they both kind of started gassing out there at the end. Man, the only thing I know you said Fiziev has pretty good striking defense, but he can still get hit a little bit. Now in that RDA fight, RDA is a little bit slower with the hands and stuff, but RDA was 2-2 going into that fifth round before Fiziev ended up getting that knockout for the win. I mean, it was a beautiful knockout, set it up beautifully, set up the feint with the knee to the overhand left. I mean, it was a beautiful setup. I love that left hook that he throws too. It's nasty. And we know how Gaethje is with the leg kicks and everything. He has that big overhand right, and he has a uppercut. And man, I think Gaethje's defense has kind of been underrated his last few fights. I just think Charles Oliveira is just super underrated when it comes to how clean his striking has been. Fiziev, man, his only thing, he gets hit a little bit too much for my liking. And we know when you're fighting at this level, I do think that guys with power like Justin Gaethje, you can't play with it, man. And man, I do like Fiziev, but let's go Gaethje here, man. I think Gaethje can. I'm going with the dog here. I do think that he has a lot stacked against him. Gaethje does, but he's also fought literally nothing but the best of the best since his first fight in the UFC. And no different here. But I think his experience helps him here and gets the win.
Yeah, man. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe this was just a step up too high. But from what I've seen, man, I like Fiziev. I continue to like Fiziev. And just as I said, dude, I think he's a younger, better version of Justin Gaethje, at least now, dude. I could be wrong, and it wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong. Won't be the last time that I've been wrong, dude. So that's our fourth different pick of the day. Dorian going the highlight. I am going Ottoman Rafael Fiziev, dude. So moving on, dude, the main event of the night. We got Leon Edwards taking on Kamaru Usman for the third time. The main event here at the O2 Arena. It's going to be an early one on the East Coast. Prelims start, I believe, at 1 p.m. The early prelims do. Regular prelims are at 3, and the main card starts at 5. So everything should be over by 8 p.m. on the East Coast. But if you guys wouldn't mind, before we do get started, if you are watching this show and you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel. As I said, or as I have been saying, I'm going on over 2 hours right now of live stream talking about these past weekend fights, dude. I am just ready to get out of here at this point. So once again, I appreciate all of y'all stopping by here today to watch this show, for me rambling on for this long now. Let's finally get into this damn main event, dude. Leon Edwards taking on Kamaru Usman. 20-3 for Leon Edwards, 20-2 for Kamaru Usman, man. Plus 200 dog for Leon Edwards. Plus 245 favorite for Kamaru Usman. 31 years old for Leon Edwards. 35 and 10 months for Kamaru Usman, dude. So about to be 36. 6'2" versus 6 foot for Usman. 74-inch reach for Leon and a 76-inch reach for Kamaru Usman, dude. So we all know what happened in the first one. Kamaru Usman wrestle-fucked Leon Edwards to death. In the second one, Leon Edwards took down Kamaru Usman in the first round and then got wrestle-fucked for 3 rounds. Leon Edwards head kicks Kamaru Usman to win the championship. That was in Salt Lake City. This is going to O2 Arena. So Leon snatched the belt from Usman in his home territory. Usman has a chance to snatch the strap back from Leon in his home territory, dude. So this is, dude, I got to be honest, I've been going back on this shit all week. But one thing that has swayed me a certain way was watching the countdown, dude. That did sway me, and it gave me one strong opinion. I've caught up on, I think, the first 3 embedded, 2 embedded, something like that. And once I saw it, dude, I have an opinion for sure. I'm going to let you go first. Who are you going on this trilogy, man? Who takes the strap home for the final one to close it out, the trilogy?
Man, it's just crazy to see, how from the first.
I appreciate you, Jay Wolf, brother.
Hell yeah, Jay Wolf. Man, so their first and second fight, just the vast differences between the two. Because I know you made it kind of simplistic as far as the second fight. Oh, well, Usman wrestled him. After the first round, Usman kind of boxed him up pretty good, dude. Like he took him down in the second round. I think that was a little bit of get back just because Leon, where he took him down. But for most of that fight, man, Usman was walking him down. backing him up against. He was backing Leon Edwards up against the fence a lot, and there in that fourth round, man, Usman was landing like some big combos on him, and was landing. He was landing those elbows, landing some hooks, and he was dominating them. And one thing that I did actually forget about until I kind of relived that last fight when I watched some highlights from it the other day, that it was in Salt Lake City, Utah, and the elevation there is pretty crazy. And usually Kamaru is a guy who in that fifth round can put his foot on the gas. Took his foot off the gas there in the fifth round in that last fight. And I hate when people try to say that kick that Leon Edwards threw was lucky. No, it wasn't lucky, because he literally threw the feint before he threw the actual kick, and he got Kamaru's reaction before he threw it. So he knew what he was doing when he set it up. It was a Hail Mary. It was a Hail Mary, but it was a calculated play, and he played his cards well and landed the money shot. So there was nothing lucky about it. But I do think that, chances that happening again, I do think it's going to be pretty slim. Kamaru just battle tested. Now, I got to think Kamaru is going to stay a little bit more focused there in that fifth round. And I think as long as he hangs on, should be able to win here. I think you're going to see a lot more wrestling. And I think Kamaru's going to get it done.
See, man,
decision.
Going into this past week, I had this same train of thought. I was like, you know what? I think Kamaru is probably going to out wrestle him and just stay as safe as possible all 5 rounds. Just straight wrestling all 5 rounds. And then I watched the countdown. And then I seen Embedded this week, dude. And Kamaru is walking around with this limp, dude. All and everything, dude. Like he's like sliding his like fucking right leg, dude. I really think he's having the worst knee issue, dude. His knees are so shot, dude. I don't know if he can wrestle, dude. I really don't. Go back, watch the countdown, or maybe episode 1 or 2 of the Embedded, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. In every single shot, he's got at least a right fucking knee brace on, and in some shots 2 knee braces on. And if you look back, that's the knee like the Edwards like kicked out and fucking fell back on. Usman fell really, really fucking weird when he like fucking did get like fucking taken down like that in the first round of their fight. It wouldn't surprise me if Usman is just having knee issues, dude, isn't able to perform to his greatest. I'm going Leon Rocky Edwards for a 5th and final pick again. I think he finishes Kamaru Usman earlier than he did last time, dude. I think he puts the foot on the gas and gets Usman out of there in not even round 5. I think he gets him out of there early in front of the hometown crowd. That's my official pick, dude. I've been flipping back and forth. It's decided right here. Leon Edwards and still, and your boy this week going to be and still keeping the strap this week, boy. That is our 5th and final different pick. So if you guys didn't catch them all, our 5 picks this week are going to be Leon Rocky Edwards taking on Kamaru Usman. Justin the Highlight Gaethje taking on Rafael Fiziev. I am going Fiziev. Dorian going Gaethje. Jennifer Maya taking on Casey O'Neill. I am going Maya. Dorian going O'Neill. And the other 2 women's fights, which are JoJo Wood taking on Luana Carolina. Dorian going JoJo Wood. I am going Carolina. And Veronica Hardy taking on Juliana Miller. I am going Veronica Hardy. Dorian is going Juliana Miller, dude. So what are the odds of us having a bunch of women's fights as our deciding on the pick sham this week? But hey, I tend to be pretty good at calling like the women's fights, and I think I got a few underdogs like this week, so I'm not mad at that. Knees are so bad. Yeah, Jay Wolf agrees with me as well. Here we go. Damn, so damn glad someone said something on the limb. The only reason I haven't bet on him, bro, until I saw the limp all week, I was like, Usman's got this. But, boo, it looks rough, dude. Like, he's dragging his whole right leg. I'm like, does no one else see this? I don't know.
I definitely didn't. I definitely didn't.
Respect is due. Congrats on the end. That's all right, Kyle. I got this shit right up here, brother. And it's going to continue to stay in the back and still, baby. And still this week. keeping the
Nah,
pick champ.
Kyle, you know where that belt belongs at, man. I had to feel bad for him this past week. I mean, it's been the whole year just about, man, except out of 1 week. So
Yeah. The real reason
for my
why
birthday, I'm so generous.
the real reason why D Rose wasn't here this week is he just wanted to hold on to the strap just a little bit longer because he knows once I get this shit, he ain't getting it back. This is my time, my run now. I'm gonna hold the Golden Octagon pick champ for the next 2-3 months, something like that, or at least I hope so. We do have some sketchy picks this weekend, but yeah, as I said, I've been on here 2 hours and 15 minutes live streaming, yapping my yapper. Now it's just I need to get off here. So if you haven't already, smash that like button for your boy over here rambling on for 2 hours about a bunch of nothing for the most part. Smash the like button for old D Rose. It is his 30th birthday. So if you guys haven't already, put a HBD in the comments for old D Rose. And if you're not subscribed to the Golden Octagon MMA channel, what are y'all doing? Subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Digging y'all's picks might have to match. Not sure. Oh.
got to, man. I mean, it ain't fun if I just hold on to the belt the whole time. I mean, that's just not. Gotta let Matt try to shine with it in the background every now and then.
Yeah. So just a few more.
Appreciate it, Jay Wolf. Thank you, sir.
So we appreciate all of y'all for stopping by, watching the show. As always, thank you very much for watching. Either if you watched a little bit or this whole thing, really appreciate it. Just thank you for stopping by. Anything before we get out of here, man, or are you good to go?
Nah, man. Just appreciate you having me and staying on a little bit longer to get me on here, man. So yeah, man, appreciate it, and appreciate you guys hanging in there, listening to us. Appreciate all the listens. Thanks for the happy birthdays, and man, we really do appreciate you guys willing to stick in there with us for me for an hour 15, because I came in like right at an hour. So yeah, you've been going on for 2 hours and 17 minutes. So man, we can't appreciate you guys hanging in there with us enough.
Yeah. One last thing before we get out of here, we may or may not be here like Saturday night or possibly Sunday sometime, depending on how the pay-per-view goes, if it's worthy of us coming on here and talking about it for like a little bit, because
kind of like a post-fight show.
Yeah, something like that. Because if like we could get right to like the pay-per-view, like right as it's new, that would help out a ton, and where we don't have to talk about pay-per-view on Wednesday. So we might do that this upcoming weekend. Something else to look forward to. I will be doing Change to Cheddar on Friday. It is coming back. I will be doing it for every pay-per-view. I'm going to give you guys some of my degenerate parlays, hoping to hit $100 or more off of $10 or less. So that is going to be something that you guys can look forward to if you want that. So that will be I'll be live here Friday, Change the Cheddar. So stop by if you guys are interested in that. But with that being said, we appreciate all of y'all for stopping by. And yeah, just the one, yeah, Jay Wolf's excited for that, and our guy Papa Chuck, we appreciate you, guy. Thanks for stopping by.
Sir.
Always comment, brother. One of our first loyal listeners, all the way from the Macy Collectibles chat from way back in the day, brother. So we appreciate all of y'all stopping by. Catch us next week. We'll be right here, maybe Saturday, Sunday, something like that. I'll for sure be here Friday. Card video Monday. Got a lot of shit going on over here. Tons of videos. So if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? A bunch of shit going on over here. I am Matt. Dorian is on that side of your screen, even though he wasn't here at the beginning. But that's going to be all from us here this time, and we'll catch y'all next week. Peace.